Hiya, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. Welcome to Vincent's Kitchen Quiz. It's another week has flown in. You're very welcome on either Facebook Live or on YouTube. So just give me a second till I get everything up on my big screen here. Perfecto. We're good. So you're very welcome. And if it's your first time for tuning in, you're especially welcome. So welcome, Aisling, Kathleen, Mandy. Awesome to have you here. So Friday evening is our quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. It's kind of, how can I put it, more quizzy than a Saturday evening. So you need to maybe be a little bit sharper. Saturday evening, on the other hand, is still quizzy, but more entertainment-y. And both similar, but different. And what are we? Hey, Mandy, Danielle, Jane, hello, Jerry. You're all very welcome. And forgive me if I can't keep up with all the messages coming in. It's wonderful to have you. It's great to be had. What have I got in store for you this evening? We've got 4 rounds as usual. We've got 3 TV shows. We've got 3 nicknames. We've got 3 foods from the location. We've got 3 expressions. I like the expressions. Tell you more about that at that point. 10 connections, a full course of connections on your Friday evening quiz for Quizzers Quiz. Then we'll do some pictures. We've got some logos, some people when they were young. What else have I got? I've got some famous photographs. It's good. And then we'll finish with 3 garments, a bit of clothing. We've got 3 famous dictators. We've got 3 countries with a connection. And we'll finish with 3 famous Roberts. So, there you go. A total, by the way, of 46 points available. And on that note, here's what I have in mind for August. During the month of August, I'm going to run a couple of leaderboards, a couple of leagues, one for the Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers, and another one for the party quiz. I'm going to call it the honesty leaderboard because nobody cheats on this platform. I know that, but just in case, the honesty quiz, because a bit of healthy competition, but it's just fun. There's no money involved or anything like that, but just a leaderboard. And you can pick your best 3 out of the 4 weeks. So 4 Fridays, 4 Saturdays, pick your best 3 from each. And then we'll have a league winner. And maybe there will be something for that. So there's just something else that we're adding on the mix during the month of August. So, super duper. Oh, before I forget, talked about leaderboards, talked about that. Happy birthday, Severine. Happy birthday. Hope you've had a relaxing day. I hope you have a relaxing evening and weekend. Happy birthday, Severine, from the kitchen. So we're all good. Malachy, Maureen, Lindsay, Caroline, you're so very, very welcome. For those of you who are new, you're especially welcome. And that's it. Apart from no cheating, no answers on the feed. Simple as that. Every answer is worth a point. And we throw in, not for league purposes, the odd million pointer if I think it's insanely difficult. And there's maybe 1 or 2 this evening. Okay, so without any further ado, without any more of this kerfuffle, let's get going. Your Friday evening, afternoon, quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. 3 famous TV shows. TV question number 1. Everything's in a group of 3, by the way. The starship or main craft in the program Star Trek. The starship or the name of the main craft in Star Trek. Welcome, Sam, on YouTube. So, the starship or main craft in Star Trek is your number one. Number two, Mulder and Scully. Mulder and Scully, quite simply, the TV show, Mulder and Scully. Hello, Eamon, Alex, Samantha, Jonathan. Hope you're all doing well. And number three, the wealthy, aristocratic family in Downton Abbey. The wealthy aristocracy family in Downton Abbey. The name of the family is your TV number three. Hear me okay? Volume good? Your next set of three. Three nicknames. Yeah, you're going to get three nicknames. Who are they? That's 4, 5, and 6. Nickname number one, Tricky Dicky. Tricky Dicky. Who's Tricky Dicky? Thank you, Paddy. Tricky Dicky. Nickname number two, Satchmo. Who's Satchmo? And nickname number three, the Maid of Orleans. The Maid of Orleans. So Tricky Dicky, Satchmo, and Maid of Orleans. So there's your first 6. You're sailing through. And at the end of each round, you'll post your scores and your team name, where you're from, and that will be especially important at the end of this evening for our leaderboards and league titles during the month of August. Your next set of three foods from the location clue. So you'll get a kind of foodie location thing and you figure out the food. Anyway, rather than describing it, let's just get tucked in. A chicken dish associated with the Ukraine. A chicken dish associated with the Ukraine is your foodie number one. Famous foodie. Chicken dish, Ukraine. Foodie, location-y thingy number two. A cake. A cake associated with an autonomous region of Portugal. An archipelago. What's he talking about? I'm looking for the name of this cake. Associated with an autonomous region of Portugal. An archipelago. An archipelago. Portugal. Cake. Is your famous foodie thingy number two. Hey, Myra. Hey, Billy. Deborah. Kylie. Keely, rather. You're all very welcome. And foodie location-y thingy number three. A fish. A fish named after the second largest island in the Mediterranean. A fish named after the second largest island in the Med is your third food from the location. do a recap of all round one at the end of round one. And after round one, we'll do round two. Okay, remember I was saying at the beginning, I've got this neat little thing that I'm going to do for the final three, and it's called expressions from the clues. Expressions from the clues. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, okay, just forgive me a second. So you're going to get the definition and you'll get some letters, and then you have to evaluate or figure out the everyday expression from the definition. Look, you're smart. I'll just put it up and you'll know what I mean. Okay, so the first one is this: to shift responsibility to another. And your initials are, well, there you have it in black and white. PTB. To shift responsibility to another. Do you like it? It's good, isn't it? Thanks, Alan, for the graphics, as usual. To shift responsibility to another. Hey, Tony, Assumpta, and Isabel. So to shift responsibility to another. PTB. Okay, I'm back. Disappointingly. Okay, your second definition and the expression. To disclose a secret. To disclose a secret, and your letters are in black and white, LT, COO, TB. To disclose a secret. Okay, get the drift? And your final expression, used commonplace, is a small confined space. A small confined space, and your letters are NRT SAC. NRT SAC, a small confined space. Okay, that was good. That was good. That worked out very well. And let's recap on the questions for round one. A recap. So there you go. We had the famous television shows. We were looking for the starship or main craft in the old Star Trek, Mulder and Scully, the show, the wealthy aristocratic, I can say it now, family who live at Downton Abbey, Tricky Dicky, Satchmo, Maid of Orleans, the chicken dish associated with the Ukraine, the cake associated with the autonomous region of Portugal, the fish named after the second largest island in the Med. And then we had your old expressions from the clues, the shifting responsibility to another, PTB, disclosing a secret, LTCOOTB, and the small confined space, or NRTSAC. So if you want to tidy up round one, confer with your teammates near and far. And remember, one of the key ingredients of Vincent's Kitchen Quiz is the fact that you can build your teams with people that you miss. Is that good? Is that worthwhile? Okay, your answers to round one. Answers to round one should be here. Oh yeah, let me not do this, and then put up your answers. How's that for an idea? Okay, so there's your round one answers. So your starship or main craft in Star Trek was the USS Enterprise. Let me get my paper. Here we go. Forgive me. USS or Starship Enterprise, or simply the Enterprise. Mulder and Scully was X-Files. The wealthy aristocratic family who live in Downton Abbey are the Crawleys. Tricky Dicky, Richard Nixon, Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, Maid of Orleans. You knew that. Joan of Arc. The foods from the location clues: the chicken dish, Ukraine, chicken, Kiev. The cake associated with the autonomous region of Portugal and archipelago Madeira. Madeira cake, a fish named after the second largest island in the Med. From Sardinia, sardines. To shift responsibility, PTB, pass the buck. Disclosing a secret, let the cat out of the bag. A small confined space, no room to swing a cat. Goody. So there's your round one. So let me know how well you're doing, your team name, and your scores out of 12. Hi, James and Jackie on YouTube. You're doing great, but sure you know that. Every week you get smarter. That's when you've been exercising the old brain over the past 4 months. Super duper. What do we have in store for round two? Your favourite round? A full round of connections. Okay, there's a couple of tricky dicky ones in here. Okay, so for those of you who haven't played connections before, it's quite simple. You get 3 pieces of information, you join the dots. What connects? Oh yes, there was something else. The old 2 connections last night about the Super Bowl, Dust Bowl, and the Canals device lock. Okay, almost forgot to give you the answers to last night's connections. Okay, all good, settled in, relaxed, pens, paper, friends. Good. I mean, we're friends, but you got your friends there. Okay, connection number 1. What connects? That was going to give you the answer. Questions. Connections. What connects a member of a Germanic tribe, a figure formed by 2 rays or a measure of rotation, and a fishing technique? So there's a nice easy connection to get you started. Talk about throwing you in at the deep end. What connects a member of a Germanic tribe, a figure formed by 2 rays or a measure of rotation, and a fishing technique is your connection number 1. That's maybe worth $1 million. Germanic tribe, figure formed by 2 rays or a measure of rotation, a fishing technique is your connection number 1. Connection number 2. What connects? What connects a large seed, Rowan Atkinson, and Boromir? Boromir, Rowan Atkinson, and a large seed is your connection number 2. Good scoring. The old Shamrock Solitude. Been there since the beginning. Still going strong. A large seed, Rowan Atkinson and Boromir is your connection number 2. Your connection number 3. What connects? What connects William James Basie, a jazz musician, a title of nobility, and Dracula? Your connection number 3. Dracula, a title of nobility, and William James Basie, a famous jazz musician, is your connection number 3. Woohoo! They're tricky connections tonight, aren't they? They're getting weirder by the week. In equal measure to me. Connection number 4. What connects the first name of a famous English golfer? Oh, sure, I'll give you a bit of a clue here. A 6 times major winner, English golfer, first name. First name of the main protagonist in The Great Gatsby. And to steal. To steal, the first name of the main protagonist in The Great Gatsby, and the first name of a famous English golfer, a 6 times major winner, is your connection 4. I'll leave that one with you for a moment. Just going to get a sip of water. Okay. Connection number 5. Connection number 5. What connects an Oscar-winning actor? Character was a television anchorman named Howard Beale. A seed-eating bird. And To Kill a Mockingbird is your connection number 5. An Oscar-winning actor. Yep. Character was a television anchorman named Howard Beale. What connects that with this seed-eating bird and To Kill a Mockingbird is your connection number 5. Testers tonight. I believe in you. You're up for it. The good thing about connections is you don't need to know all 3. 2 would be good, 3 would obviously be brilliant. You still have a chance with 1 if it just gives you that little spark. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad you do. Okay, connection number 6. What connects a US president at the onset of the Great Depression, Boulder Dam, and a vacuum cleaner? Your connection: a vacuum cleaner, Boulder Dam, and the US president at the onset of the Great Depression is your connection number 6. after connection 6, you know what? We'll do 7. Okay, dokes. Your connection number 7. Flip me. Another golfer. US Open champion 2017, 2018. PGA champion 18 and 19, so fairly recent. The first golfer, as a matter of fact, in history to hold back-to-back titles in 2 majors simultaneously. See the stuff you learn here. So what connects this golfer, US Open champ, 17-18, PGA champ, 18-19, don't forget the last bit. What connects that with the only artist in music history to have released 8 albums that have achieved diamond status? 10 million units is the definition of diamond status. And the elderly prison librarian in Shawshank Redemption. Oh my God. I'll do that again, slowly. What connects? A golfer, US Open champion 2017-2018, PGA champ 18-19. What connects that, or him, with the only artist in music history to have the only one to have released 8 albums that have achieved diamond status. Diamond status is 10 million units of sales. With the elderly prison librarian in Shawshank Redemption. Yeah. 1 million points. Not for the table or the leaderboard or the... But, yeah, 1 million points, just to cite it. Don't worry, we'll repeat them all and we'll put them up in writing. US Open champ 17-18, PGA 18-19, prison librarian Shawshank, the only artist in music history to have released 8 albums that have sold more than 10 million units for each album. Remarkable. Who could that be? Obviously you know them, but in the context of this question is the question. I'll just be quiet. Okie dokes. It's a tough quizzy quiz for quizzers quiz. Yep. Number 8, a bit shorter. You'll be delighted to know. What connects these 3 movies? As Good as It Gets, Mission Impossible, and Rush, as in the Formula 1 movie. What connects these 3 movies? As Good as It Gets, Mission Impossible, and Rush. Your connection number 8. Your penultimate question, connection but one. Connection number 9. What connects the Lost Boys, a Greek god of the wild, shepherds and flocks, half human, half goat, and a cooking receptacle? Your connection number 9. The Lost Boys, the cooking receptacle, the Greek god of the wild, shepherds and flocks, half human, half goat. What connects? And your final connection, and don't worry, we'll repeat them all and I'll put them up on the screen. Your final connection. What connects a small omnivorous mammal, 20th Century Studios Inc., and Marty McFly? Your connection number 10 and final connection. Marty McFly, 20th Century Studios Inc., and a small omnivorous mammal. So there you go. A full course of connections. Up until tonight, they were your favourites. But I'm pushing the boundaries with you. Okay, so let's put them up, shall we? Your connections. So there you have them, all in writing. Your 10 connections. The member of the Germanic tribe, a figure formed by two rays or a measure of rotation, and a fishing technique. Your second connection was the large seed, Rowan Atkinson and Boromir. Your third connection was William James Basie, a jazz musician, a title of nobility, and Dracula. First name of an English golfer, a 6 times major winner. First name of the main protagonist in The Great Gatsby, and To Steal. Oscar winning actor, character television anchorman Howard Beale, a seed-eating bird, and To Kill a Mockingbird was your connection. 5. 6. The US president at the onset of the Great Depression, Boulder Dam, and a vacuum cleaner. Another golfer, your next connection, the US Open champ 17-18, PGA champ 18-19. We don't need to worry about the fact, the only artist in music history, amazing fact, to have released 8 albums that have achieved diamond status. That means they sold 10 million units each. Remarkable. The elderly prison librarian in Shawshank Redemption. Connection 8. The 3 movies, I like this one. Did you get it? As Good as It Gets, Mission Impossible, and Rush. The Lost Boys, your connection with the Greek god of the wild, shepherds and flocks, half human, half goat, and a cooking receptacle. And your final connection, a small omnivorous mammal, 20th Century Studios Inc. and Marty McFly. 10 connections, 10 potential points available. Okie dokes. So it was tough. And there was at least a million pointer in there. How'd you get on? Let's find out, shall we? Your answers to your connections as we approach the halfway point. Good luck. So here you go. Here's your answers to your connections. The Germanic tribe, the 2 rays, rotation, fishing technique, angle, large seed, Rowan Atkinson, Boromir, Bean, as in Sean and Mr. Just getting me answers, guys, if you don't mind. Yeah, your third then was Count Basie, Count Dracula, Count, the English golfer, Nick Faldo, Nick Carraway from The Great Gatsby, and To Steal, Nick, Peter Finch Network, Atticus Finch, To Kill a Mockingbird, the bird Finch, Hoover, Herbert Hoover, Hoover Dam, vacuum cleaner, Hoover, Brooks, Kepka, Garth Brooks, that amazing fact for the albums, and Brooks from Shawshank Redemption, the librarian, Helen Hunt, Ethan Hunt, James Hunt, Hunt, Peter Pan, Pan, the Greek god, and your cooking receptacle, and Fox, as in 20th Century Fox, and Michael J. Fox, and your small mammal fox. So, how'd you get on? Good, you're doing well. 21, 22, and there was me feeling sorry for you. I mean, quizzer. The smartest quizzers, yep, the smartest quizzers and the bestest quizzers. So there you go. Do like and share all this stuff that I'm doing, please. I want to develop this. We're going to have a league, as I've told you, in August. So at the end of tonight, please post your total scores and your team name, and then we'll produce those later. We're calling it the Honesty League. Honestly. Okay, round 3. You've got 12 pictures, 12 images. The first, what's the first? I think we've got 3. Excellent. Yep, found them. We've got 3 international organisations. Okay. You quizzy quiz for quizzers quiz. International organisation number 1. Good luck. International organisation number 1. Good luck. Okie dokes. International organisation number 2. International organisation number 3. Next 2 are 2 locations. Location number 1, question 4. Good luck. Okay, your next location. Where's this? Number 5. Where's this? Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3. When they were younger. When they were younger. Who's this? Sticking with the old, when they were younger. Who's this? Number 7. And when they were younger, number 8. So how are you getting on? Your final 4, a bit of modern history. A bit of modern history. We've got 4, overused word, iconic, 4 famous photographs or captions, 4 famous historical events. Can you name them? Okay, event number 1. Event number 1. So you loosely described the event. I won't be too hard on you. You catch my drift? Modern history event number 1, caption number 9. Yeah, so you had to loosely. Thank you, Margaret. We do try. And modern history number 2 or image number 10. Again, loosely describe this famous caption event. And the old pictures are good, aren't they? And we're still working on the old license business for music and moving images. Wait till you see when we crack that nut. Wait till you see. Okay, number 11, probably the trickiest. So identify this image event. So you have to be relatively specific. I guess you either know it or you don't. The whole point. Good luck. The whole point. Good luck. I said that again. Fan Dabadozi and your final modern history caption, famous image from Okay, so as we approach your final round, let's just do a quick fly through on the old images. We started with 3 international organisations from their emblems. Emblem organisation number 1. Two. Three. Then we had a couple of locations. 1. Lamp comes later, Claire. Good try. Where's this? All right, have it your own way. When they were younger, it spoils it. It spoils the whole lighting, the ambience. When they were younger. These are all mad. Do you know that? These are all completely bonkers. When they were younger. And then we finished with a bit of modern history, and you had to describe the event. Okay, oh, these are all very good. These are taking the hand out of me. I'm an easy target. Okay, modern history. The lamp is green, but this evening it's a yellowy green. Anyway, we just concentrate on the flipping quiz, right? Okay, because you need to concentrate. No excuses now that you were thinking about a lamp or any of that business. This modern history. And modern history final caption. Okay, dogs. So have you forgotten about the old lamp and he's concentrating on the job in hand? I hope so. Okay, your answers to round 3, and after round 3, I'll do round 4. Okay, so that would take you up to a total of 34 inclusive. So your answers to your pictures, good luck. So there you have them up in writing. We had the UN, United Nations. Well done if you got CND. Well done if you got NATO. Well done if you identified Dubai and Geneva. George W. Bush when he was younger. Bill Clinton when he was younger. Sean Connery when he was younger. That was the Iran crisis, hostage crisis to Iran, the US embassy. You may have seen the movie Argo based on that. The JFK assassination in Dallas. The tricky image, did you get the Battle of Berlin, May the 2nd, 45, raising the flag over the Reichstag when the fall of Berlin. when the Soviets moved in. So any kind of description around that, you gained a point. And then sticking with the old fall business, we had the fall of Saigon, the final moments of the evacuation of the US from Saigon during the Vietnam War. So, excellent. So, how are you getting on? Are you doing good? Are we all good? And we move into our final round. Should I leave the lamp on? Leave a light on for me. Who sang that? Okay. Final round. Round 4. Round 4. And just a reminder. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tomorrow evening is our party quiz, which is what have I got in store for you tomorrow evening? Well, we've got some quiz stuff. I've got some colourful tunes. Bit of a hint there. Some wonderful TV and movie pictures and some quiz stuff. That's your party quiz. Same time, 9 o'clock BST, 4 p.m. if you're in New York or Connecticut, and 1 o'clock if you're in San Diego. So that's tomorrow night. And during the month of August, we'll produce leaderboards just as a bit of a test and a bit of crack. The Honesty League. So share your team names and your scores, because we will be producing some charts for a bit of crack. Paddy Macaulay in like a flash. The old Belinda Carlisle. Your final round in your quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. If this is your first time, I hope it's not your last time. Thank you. And even if it's not your first time, I hope it's not your last time. Your final round. 4x3. We've got 3 garments. 3 garments. Garment number 1. You get a kind of, forgive the pun, loose description of a garment, and you identify it. So we do all sorts of stuff here. A distinctive garment of ancient Rome. A roughly semicircular cloth between 12 and 20 feet in length, draped over the shoulders. Identify this distinctive garment of ancient Rome. Roughly semicircular, 12, 20 feet in length, draped over the shoulders. Is your famous garment number 1? Okay, famous garment number 2. A woman's garment from the Indian subcontinent, an unstitched drape 15 to 30 feet in length around the waist and one end draped over the shoulder. Give me this woman's garment from the Indian subcontinent. Is your famous garment number 2? Famous garment number 3. A sleeveless jacket, if you like. A sleeveless jacket. Resembling a waistcoat. Dating back to the 19th century. In modern days, it's now generally worn as an outer layer for warmth. If you're a little bit chilly, you would put on this kind of sleeveless jacket resembling a waistcoat that dated back to the 19th century. Now generally worn as a outer layer for a bit of warmth if you're a bit chilly. There's your famous garment number 3. Good scoring. The Convinced on 32, Samantha 29, Pam doing well 26, and Denise is concentrating on Belinda Carlisle. So after 3 famous garments, we'll do 3 famous dictators, shall we? Okay, famous dictator number 1, or question number 4. Famous dictator number 1, seized power in Uganda 1971 is your clue. Famous dictator number 1, seized power in Uganda the year of 1971. Famous dictator number 1. Uganda, 71. famous dictator number 2. The 5th president of Iraq, July 79 to April 2003, is your famous dictator number 2. The 5th president of Iraq, July 79 to April 2003. And your famous dictator number 3, or question number 6. The leader of the Khmer Rouge, or the Communist Party of Kampuchea, 75 to 79, is your famous dictator number 3. The leader of the Khmer Rouge, or the Communist Party of Kampuchea, 75 through 79, is your dictator famous number 3. Thank you, Rachel. Jeremy, if I put on the other lamp, would it kind of balance it out? I don't know. But I'm not going to try. Anyway, I'm busy. Jeremy, leave me alone. I'm busy here. Busy asking questions. Okay, so there's your 3 famous dictators. Okay, so just when you were all flipping, showing off with how smart you are and whatever, well, here's 3 for you. Okay, so forget about the lights and the lamps, concentrate. Okay, countries with 4 letters. Countries with 4 letters. There's not that many of them. There's 11 in total. So I give you 3 in Asia, but there's 4. I give you 2 in Africa, but there's 3. I give you 1 in the Pacific, but there's 2. So there's 3 missing countries in those particular regions, continents, with 4 letters. So pen, pencil, paper, scribble down the ones I give you and figure out what's missing. Countries with 4 letters. That'll teach you. Asia, I give you Oman. I give you Iran. And I give you Iraq. Iraq, Iran and Oman. But there's 1 other country in Asia with 4 letters. Good luck. A lamp fit. I'm not the one with a lamp fetish. I mean, I was quite relaxed about it. They just happened to be here for... It seems to be. Anyway, these are busy scribbling down countries with 4 letters. Let's just concentrate on the job in hand. Oman, Iran, Iraq. But there's another Asian country with 4 letters. Okay, you got it? Okay, we move from Asia rather swiftly westwards to Africa. I give you Mali, I give you Togo. I give you Mali and I give you Togo. But I didn't give you where? The other African country with 4 letters. Okie dokes, and your final country with 4 letters, the Pacific. There's a little island nation called, I don't know how you pronounce it, Niue? N-I-U-E. Niue. But there's 1 other nation in the Pacific, island nation, with 4 letters. Okay, we good? I'm double checking my own work because I actually think there's 2. I think. But don't worry, we've got it covered. So if you think there's 2, give me the 2. In the Pacific other than Niue. You see, I'm not infallible. Okay, your final set of 3. Hate making mistakes. Your final set of 3. 3 famous Roberts. 3 famous Roberts. Famous Robert number 1. A revolutionary, a politician who served as Prime Minister of Zimbabwe 1980 to 87 and President from 87 to 2017 is your famous Robert number 1. A revolutionary and politician who served as Prime Minister of Zimbabwe is your famous Robert number 1. Famous Robert number 2. I've checked. I was right. There only is one other in the Pacific with 4 letters. Okay, famous Robert number 2. Born 1274, Robert, the first King of Scotland, 1306 to 1329 is your famous Robert number 2. And your final famous Robert, born 1807, commander of the Confederate State Army during the American Civil War. Born 1807, commander of the Confederate State Army during the American Civil War is your famous Robert number 3. Okay, so quick recap. We've gone past 10 o'clock. See, all that old lamp business has held us up a bit. Okay, your recap on your questions for final round. Okay, there was your distinctive ancient Rome garment, there was the Indian subcontinent garment, there was the sleeveless jacket. We had your 3 famous dictators, the seized power Uganda 71, 5th President of Iraq July 79, April 03, leader of the Khmer Rouge 75-79. We had Asia, the missing country with 4 letters. We had Africa, the missing country with 4 letters, and Pacific, the missing country, island nation with 4 letters. Toughy. And then we had your final 3 of tonight's Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers Quiz. Your famous Roberts, the revolutionary and politician who served as PM of Zimbabwe 80 to 87 and President 87 2017. Robert the First, King of Scotland 1306 1329 was your famous Robert number 2. And famous Robert number 3, born 1807, commander of the Confederate State Army during the American Civil War. Fantastic. Thank you. Before I give you the answers, thank you for tuning in. Please like and share the old Facebook, YouTube thing. It's all free. Welcome to our league. Publish your team names and your honesty scores. Tonight we had a maximum of 46 points. So your final score and your team name, and then we'll get the old leaderboards up and running. Tomorrow night you're cordially invited, with or without the lamp on, to join our party quiz. Some quizzy quiz stuff, mind you, but some tunes and more laid back, I call it. More laid back. Okay, your answers to your final round. So there you go. There's your answers. Thank you guys for joining in. Okay, the old distinctive garments, the old ancient Rome was your toga, the Indian subcontinent was your sari, the gilet is your kind of warmy, jackety, modern day thing. Dictators, Uganda, Idi Amin, Saddam Hussein, Iraq, Pol Pot, Khmer Rouge. Where's missing? Oman, Iraq, missing. Well done if you got Laos, Mali and Togo. You got Chad, Niue. That's a mistake. Togo, that's what screwed me over. Between Togas and Togos, I just panicked. It's Fiji. It's Fiji. Togo is your African four-letter. But anyway, it was a typo. Answer is Fiji. And your famous Roberts, Zimbabwe, Mugabe, Robert the Bruce, and Robert E. Lee. So there you have it. There you go. Or Friday night quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. I hope you didn't find it too easy. I hope you didn't find it too hard even. I hope I'm on the money, metaphorically. It's all about lamps and lights and no. It's all about having a bit of fun. The Honesty League is kicked off on the first Friday in August. See you tomorrow night. Well, you'll see me. You're more than welcome. And thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Stay safe. Bless you all. And I'll keep in touch. Promise. Bless you all. Good night. Good afternoon.